Alright, welcome back everyone to Loren the Amazon Princess. We've just started out and we're on our way to Grimoire, and I'm presuming we might have a random battle. As they approached Grimoire, the path cut through a wooden area. Loren stopped abruptly and held her arm out to stop Eleanor. Her expression was serious and her voice low. Oh yeah, so we're playing Loren. She's the Amazon Princess, because it's Loren the Amazon Princess. And Eleanor, the character we are. Eleanor, her slave elf. Now we're on our way to the capital of the humans. Something isn't right here. They looked around, examining the area for anything out of the ordinary, and then they saw it. Someone was strung up by their feet from a tree limb, head down, with a bag covering their body. The bag writhed. They were still alive. Please, help me. Loren and Eleanor rushed towards the person, but several screeching creatures sprang down from the tree. Goblins! Fear shot through Eleanor as she realized that a battle was now upon them. That Princess Loren had never fought outside of a training. It was up to her to protect the princess. Watch yourself. Same to you. Loren drew her two swords swiftly and hurried to engage the enemy. You do not have to give me any instructions. Eleanor was surprised to see how swiftly Loren moved as she fought. She started with a vertical slash to move so quickly that her blade looked like a solid arc of silver. The goblin collapsed to the ground in a bloody mess as she lifted her other sword in a horizontal slash to behead another goblin. She danced between the enemies and evaded their attempts and counterattacked with ease. Eleanor looked surprised to see how beautifully deadly all of her movements were. Loren impaled another goblin through the heart in one quick stab, retracting her blade and flicking the blood of the metal with casual ease. She didn't have to stop to catch her breath, nor did she break a sweat in the short battle. You're about to select your party formation, and right now you have only 2 party members, but later in the game you can have up to 6. That's good. Prepare yourself for the first fight! Battle screen. Attack by clicking on enemy portraits or click ally portraits for friendly actions. Hover on the portraits to see detailed information on the left panel. To repeat the last action performed, simply click twice on the portrait. Click on the quick help button. Okay. Here, movement order. Okay. Eleanor's first. Oh my god, the seriousness of the music though. Alright. Ooh, aim shot. Slower long range attack with increased accuracy. Hits for 150% base damage, but takes longer to move again. Delay. Okay, we can see how it changes there. Well, I mean, she will do a one hit though. No, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, they will get a lot of attacks in though. No, we'll do that one. Okay. It's Loren's turn. 25 to 28, okay. Do it. Alright, Loren again! Do it again, Loren. Eleanor. We still can't do that, okay. Yeah, they missed. Loren, kill it.
Learn from this.
Yes. Ooh, there was a voice there, actually. Eleanor. Here we go. Melee attack. Do it. Oh, I can't. Okay, let's get it. Yeah. Ouch. Here we go. Loren again. Dang. Bam. Loren again.
Next time.
Dead. We'll do that one. Okay, Loren. Eleanor. Loren. Oh, he won't die. Oh, man. There we go.
So you can keep up next time.
Oh, they actually have a voice there. Party loot! 56 gold. Plus 28 exp. Ooh, okay, Loren is much easierly leveled. Eleanor hurried to keep up with her, but the fight was over quickly. Loren kept her swords in hand as she approached the stranger and cut the restraining rope. Eleanor grimaced, but found some amusement at Loren's obvious lack of concern for the person. Person tumbled down from the tree, groaned, and then squirmed out of the bag covering him. A lithe, blonde man stood up and brushed the dirt from himself. Draco! Ow, the ground. It hurts quite a bit, actually. Who are you? Even though the man's ears were tucked neatly behind his hair, Eleanor noticed them sticking out from his disturbed locks. They were pointed. You are half-elf, aren't you? Oh, you can tell? No fooling you guys, I guess. Yeah, I'm the half-breedy type. Half-elf. Is that a problem? No, why should it be? He swiftly took Eleanor's hands and shook them gratefully. Oh, that's great! My name is Draco, but what shall I call this lovely flower? Oh my gosh! Dude! Enough of your nonsense. Loren waved her weapons as if she were as much of a threat as the goblins. Was it simply because he was a man? Or had her isolation of this at a citadel turned her paranoid? Now, don't get upset, I'm just playing around. Identify yourself. Now. Your Highness, he just said... I'm surprised you haven't heard of me. I'm the all-powerful, famous Master Fire Magician. He suddenly waved his fingers in front of him and created a brief fireball. He made a sound effect to accompany it and laughed. But his laughter was cut short when Loren kicked him straight in the chest and hurled him back towards the ground. Ah, it was just a demonstration. I mean no harm, honestly. Your Grace, I believe he won't hurt us. Loren slowly pulled her sword away from Draco's throat and stood straight. You're right, because he's too incompetent to do any damage. Incompetent? That's not fair! I'm actually really good with magic. All kinds, but fire's my favorite. My last name is Firestarter, after all. Oh? And how do you get captured so easily by a small group of little goblins if you're so powerful? It was a different group. A bigger group. Goblins as tall as trees. Yes, trees. Eleanor tried not to giggle in front of her mistress, for Loren would surely punish her. That's a very convenient excuse. It was! They were accompanied by a very powerful goblin shaman. I couldn't hold out against them on my own, and the shaman was as big as... 2 trees? Draco blinked once, then burst out laughing, and Eleanor joined him. Yes, exactly. Silence. And then they were silent. You let your guard down, no matter how tall the goblin. That's unacceptable. I'm more useful than you may think, lady. Perhaps you would be interested in my services? I wouldn't charge much. No, we are not interested. Draco looked disappointed at her blunt response. Not even if I throw in an especially beautiful lady discount? Oh, dude. Loren ignored him and walked away. It's your loss then. Bye, I suppose. They walked away from the disappointed magician. Eleanor spoke quietly to Loren once they were out of earshot. I'm sure that won't be the last time we see that man. Unfortunately. Okay. Oh, can we talk to Loren again? Mistress, what can you tell me of the Citadel? Being the princess, you must hold much more knowledge of it than I. Loren crossed her arms. Of course I do. The Citadel was built stone by the Great Mothers. We were once able to defend our land without it, but fools kept testing the strength of the Amazons, and so our walls were built. In our fortress we are invincible. The walls of the Citadel are impenetrable, and always well defended. It's held off invasions by every ragtag banner known. You would think some militants would learn to avoid us, but the stability of our mighty home will likely continue to be tested. Such is the way of the world. I sometimes wonder why Mother doesn't send the scouts upon all other empires and conquer them all. Do you really think the Amazons could take over the entire world? Why not? Well, I believe they are unnumbered for one. One of our warriors could take on 1,000 or whatever excuse for warrior anyone else has. I think you would be surprised. I don't think so. A wise ruler would think. Loren snapped her mouth shut and looked away. We are done with the history lesson. Oops. Okay, let's go to Grimoire. Quest completed! 100 exp! We leveled up, I think. Yay! Okay, level up Loren. Loren is definitely going for strength, so let's just go for strength. Oh, we can auto-assign, okay. Increases all enemies' hate towards the warrior by 50 points, so that they're more likely to target him. Increase character's maximum hit points by 15%. Oh, I want that one. Yes, please. Yeah. Ooh, next 22x. Okay. Eleanor. Let's go with skill. Critically hits a single weakened, scared, slowed, or confused target. Critically hits a single weakened, scared, slowed, or confused target with 130% damage and a 4% chance of causing frozen. Causing shattered condition, tired condition, and hero. Let's see. Resurrects a knocked out character, restores 25% of total HP. Restores 25% of target allies' HP, but at least 50 HP are restored. Restores stamina spell points. Single target's elemental resistance. Removes 3 turns of any negative condition for an ally. Already learned it. I don't know. Maybe one of these, actually. Or maybe this at this point, I don't know. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. They arrived in Grimoire. Eleanor was able to get them past the gate guard without any trouble, just a warning to keep all weapons away. The open market in the town square was bustling with activity. So, this is all the human empire can show for their capital. Friendly as usual? I see nothing wrong with it, your highness. It is only different from the citadel. Loren looked at Eleanor strangely, but did not say anything. Come, we need to find out what these settlers know. Loren wants to search all over Grimoire for clues, and Eleanor will have a chance to react at each location. This is a time to build your character's personality. Every time you select a choice between joking, friendly, or forceful answers, you influence Eleanor's attitude. End your search, go to the tavern. We should search the marketplace. They walked around the stalls of the market. Loren flinched and recoiled at everyone that was hurrying past her. Her patience disappeared. She stomped her foot and shouted at the top of her lungs. Enough! I'm Loren of the Amazons! I'm on search for my mother! The whole of the marketplace turned to gawk at her, and then they continued with what they were doing, completely uninterested. Loren was stunned, having never been ignored in her life. Eleanor was worried that she would take it personally and become angry, so she swooped in to disrupt her thoughts. Let us ask one of the vendors personally. Maybe they have seen our queen. Loren's lips pressed tightly together as she reluctantly walked up to a fruit stall. I am Princess Loren, my mother, the queen of the Amazons. Fresh apples, apples, good fruit for you. Salesman picked up a bright red fruit that neither of them had seen before and shoved it into Loren's hand. Okay, I have to drag down the music. Her eyes went large from being handled like a commoner. 1 apple or 2 apples? Loren, however, was too offended to respond. 2 apples. 2 apples for the big woman. 2 apples, 6 gold. Friendly. No apples. We're not purchasing anything. We're sorry. Loren dropped the apple without care for it. We're leaving. Yes, ma'am. The princess would not subject herself to the horror of the marketplace again. You could search the guard post. They opted to ask officials rather than the public. When they walked up to the guard post, the soldiers' chatter was quickly silenced. Loren merely stood, her legs spread and her arms crossed, and not a man was taller than her. No one spoke for a very long moment. Friendly. We're sorry to intrude, but we have an important inquiry. Who are you, and why are you here? I am Princess Loren of the Amazons. My mother is the queen of the Amazons. You? You're a princess? My mother's gone missing, and she's believed to have traveled through your lands. The Amazons really exist? I thought my parents made them up to scare me. Have you seen my mother? Tell me where she is. So there really is a group of women in the mountains that enslave men? All the guards went deadly serious, their looks turning heated. I am not ashamed of my culture. So it's true! The guards broke into insults, demanding they get out of their sight and that they were not welcome in Grimoire. Eleanor pleaded with Loren not to kill them, so that they would not earn the ire of the Empire, or else they would never find her mother. Their search was not going well. We should search the combat arena. Loren wished to appeal to the strongest people of the city, and the grand arena in the heart of the Grimoire attracted her immediately. So this is their training grounds. It is odd looking, almost like a temple. It looks as if it is suited to seat an audience, perhaps for approving. We should be able to find their most influential people here. Eleanor hoped this would be true, but not every culture revered warriors like the Amazons. Loren walked straight into the open pit without trouble, looking very much like she belonged there. Gladiators were training loudly before them, and a few spectators were seated in the stands. Where are all the women? Are you a new recruit? Wasn't told about you. A grizzled old man eyed Loren up and down, making her uncomfortable. Behind him was a large gladiator, resting against his sword. They're all very close. Bring me your mightiest warrior. Gladiator raised his chin. You're looking at him. Why? We need a favor in the search for my mistress's mother. The War Master and the Gladiator both turned to see Eleanor for the first time. They gawked at Eleanor, reaching for their weapons. An elf. How do you get into the city? I'm gonna be friendly. I just walked in. Why? We don't need any more fighters, so you can go back to wherever you crawled out from. Eleanor blinked at the bile that her existence had stirred in them. She could barely comprehend it. Fortunately, Loren stepped in between them to shield her. She's a servant of the Amazons. Servant? We're done here. Loren whipped away from the men, and Eleanor rushed after her. The Empire's warriors were not at all what they had hoped. Well, we only have the castle left, so... The highest place of authority was naturally the next step in their search. They walked right up the castle and were able to step inside the grand hall, which was open to the public. They were not allowed any further, however. A group of guards and a royal vassal were blocking the entrance to the inner cloister. Many peasants were already pleading with the vassal to gain entry. Please, my family's starving. You must let me in. Council is in session and will hear no one. Be gone. Loren pushed past everyone with ease and stood at the front of the mob. The vassal took a step back just to take her in. The guards went tense from how threatening she looked. I am Loren of the Amazons. I have come to speak with your queen. Queen? What queen? The Emperor has no queen. Loren closed her eyes briefly as if it pained her. Then your king. Are you joking? We have a council that governs the Empire, not a king or a queen. Then tell your council that I seek an audience with her. Ma'am... The vassal laughed at Loren, instantly enraging her. Her jaws clenched, but she restrained herself. This is the Amazon princess, sir. Isn't there some protocol for royalty? Right, she's a princess, and I'm a forest nymph. You're the 6th princess who's tried to get inside today, lady. I will not ask you again. Tell your council that Loren of the Amazons demands an audience. The guards raised their weapons, ready to eject Loren from the premises. Mistress, let's not get thrown out of the city, or worse, in jail. You will not get away with this. When my mother's restored to the throne, she will punish you. The vassal did not seem worried, though Eleanor knew that he definitely should be. Well, we only had the tavern left. Their search for information was more difficult than they had anticipated. Their investigation only brought them trouble and suspicion among the locals. Worse, Loren was not earning any favor for being an Amazon princess. She confided in Eleanor that if her title was not to be honored, then she would refrain from invoking it. She was willing to put her pride aside for the sake of her mother. By the time they reached the tavern, the sun was starting to set. Fearful of getting the same treatment that she received everywhere else, Loren held back and waited for Eleanor to turn to her. It is late, and we have learned nothing new. What do we do now? Eleanor was surprised at first, not understanding why royalty would ask a mere servant for advice. Then she remembered that it was the first time that Loren had been outside of the Amazon citadel. Romance! No, I think we have to build a bit of a better connection with that. We should rent a room from the owner of this tavern and inn. We will make more progress tomorrow. Is it really safe for us to do that in a place like this? I'll guard you vigilantly tonight, Your Highness. Everything will be fine. Very well, that sounds like a good idea. Eleanor looked surprised, but nodded in agreement as she led the way up to the man behind the bar. Loren walked over to the counter with a confident stride. Give me a room. The bartender ignored her and continued what he was doing. Did he not hear me? Maybe not. You, give me one of your rooms. Loren raised her voice when she spoke, but the owner still ignored her. Acknowledge my presence, you uneducated lout. Let me try, your highness. Sir, may we please rent one of your rooms for tonight? Nothing. These humans are animals. The bartender scoffed. Loren's patience was gone. She reached across the bar and grabbed the owner by his tunic, yanking him clear off the ground. In the citadel! Guards! Guards! Some guards who were standing in the corner hurried forward to apprehend them. Draco suddenly appeared out of the crowd and hurried to the side of Loren and Eleanor. Begone, weakling. No need to thank me. The half-elf magician whipped up a bright hot wall of fire, sending everyone further into panic. The fire did not burn anything, but it was too hot, keeping the guards at bay. You followed us. Of course I did. Loren drew her swords. I spared your life once. Don't get in my way again. Don't kill anyone. We don't want trouble with the Empire. Yes, what she said. I'm too handsome to die. Loren growled and ran right through the wall of fire. Draco and Eleanor could only hear her fight off the guards. Huh? She shouldn't be able to do that. Eleanor shook her hand and ran through the fire as well to help her mistress. Draco chuckled at how little his magic daunted these two travelers. Not like most folks, are ya? Draco will now fight on your side. He's a mage and very useful AoE, area of effect spells, and has very useful. The guards are resistant to normal physical damage, but weak against fire. Use Draco's fireball wisely. I think he should be at the back row, maybe behind there. Alright, Eleanor. It is your turn. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Okay, Draco. You'll get both of those. Magic bolt. Yeah, we should get both of those. Ooh, he's almost dead though. Haha, he actually has a voice. Oh my god, it's so cool. No, you know what? Oh no, actually he's burnt. Maybe we should actually go with this one. Yeah, he was burnt. Haha.
Keep up next time.
There we go. And we do that. And Loren.
Great, let's eat.
Yay! Oh my god, they're voiced in battle. That's so cool. Party loot. Ooh, 41 gold and a quartz. And Loren leveled up. I'm actually just gonna go with her super strength. Offhand weapons inflict 50% more damage. Oh, this one. Okay. Blade Master. Increases all party incites all party members while dealing 125% normal attack damage. Can I do this? No. Okay, this is the only one I can do actually. Okay. No, actually, we already know it. Greater increase of enemy stagger value has a 40% chance of inflicting confusion if you are at the front. Yes, I want that one. What? I can't. Oh, I don't have any skill points. Oh yeah, never mind. Loren kicked the last guard, sending him to the floor where the rest of the guards were groaning in pain. The fight and the fire died down, and an empty tavern was all that was left. Loren wiped the blood from her face and stalked back over to the bartender. Where were we? Begone, you filth! I'll only call more guards. Before Loren could respond, the bag of gold suddenly dropped onto the bar top in front of them. Everyone looked over to see a stout girl sitting at the bar with her hand on her hip. Oh, just give the silly people a room, Gunther. Stick to your own business, little girl. Little girl? Little girl? Oh my god, I want her in my party. She's so cool. I don't even know her. She stood straight up on the bar and stomped over to the party, kicking mugs and plates off the top as she did. Her small stature told her immediately that she was a female dwarf, not a young woman. You take her back, or I'll be taking my bag of gold back. Everyone stared at her. Even at her size, she looked deadly and dangerous. And if she had bags of gold to throw away, she was possibly someone of great importance. The dwarf woman suddenly smiled and laughed. I'm just joking with ya. Being little is my best quality. Fit in small places will never be found for days. My name's Dora, by the way, and this is Gunter. Say hi, Gunter. Bartender mumbled and took the money and exchanged it for a room key. Dora? What a lovely name for a lovely dwarf. I'm Draco Firestarter, and yes. Draco reached up to shake the dwarf's hand, but Loren quickly slapped his arm away. What do you expect in return for your gold? Why are you helping us? Because you're different. You mean strangers? No, silly. I mean you're really tall and angry looking. You're an Amazon, right? And you're an elf, right? An Amazon? Oh, that explains the tallness and the angriness. I'm a dwarf, so I'm different too. Here's a tip for ya. Since you're obviously new around here, money always makes new friends. Thank you for your advice. You're very welcome, miss. Would you perhaps be interested in sticking together? I need all the allies I can get. Loren! Eleanor blinked in surprise at Loren, but Draco frowned immediately. We're in the process of conducting a rather lengthy search. Would you like to accompany me? A trip, huh? I know about that. I can't afford to just leave my job here. There will be a substantial reward upon completion. I am Princess Loren of the Amazons. Dwarf's eyes lit up. A princess? And this sounds very interesting. I've always been a bit of an adventurer, you see. Oh, she's a thief hunter. And for the first time since Eleanor had known her, Loren smiled. I'm glad to hear that. We'd love to have you come along with us. But did she get a formal invitation where I got a pointy sword to the throat? Loren's demeanor changed when the man approached her with a scowl on his face. I'm a magician, and I have amazing skills. Look! He sent fireworks shooting out of his hands. Knock that off! Oops, sorry. You're so persistent. Loren turned to Eleanor to ask her next question. What do you think we should do? I think we should accept Draco. He was very helpful to us here. You do have a point. He would be useful to us in the future as well, thanks to his magic skills. I have to admit that you're right. We shall accept him then. She turned to Draco, her expression as impassive as it always was when she dealt with men. You may join our group, if you are so determined. Stars and moons, my wishes have been granted. We have Draco, a mage elementalist. Calm down. Yes, your almighty Amazon princess-ship. Loren sighed in exasperation. Eleanor was simply amused. The newly expanded group ended up booking 3 rooms from the cranky owner. Draco and Dora each took their own room, while Loren and Eleanor shared a room. They had both settled down when Loren started to undress from her light armor. She stopped before she removed her top when she noticed that Eleanor was watching. She was strong more than just physically. There was no questioning that she was psychologically strong as well, for only a person with great strength of heart would venture onward in search of her mother after such an important person was reported missing. Eleanor looked away before the Amazon said anything. You're a very admirable person, Your Highness. Thank you. I'm sure you have many admirers back at the Citadel. I do, but most of them aren't even worth my time. Ah, I see. There are just too many reasons why the only real use for men is to procreate. It's just a shame that more races do not agree with this principle. The world would be a much more peaceful place if they did. Don't you agree? You're probably right. Probably? I mean, you are most certainly correct, Your Majesty. The sun disappeared beneath the horizon and the room became completely dark as night came. While the conversation could have gone better, that was the moment when Eleanor realized just how special Loren was. She was beautiful, deadly on the field of battle, and later in this tale, the one to make the most difficult decision. Eleanor woke up with a start when she heard several suspicious noises and saw that Loren was already awake, hurriedly getting dressed in her armor. Get ready to fight. What? Right now? While she sounded surprised, she was already getting ready for the conflict also. We've got trouble brewing. It's probably an assassination attempt. You should have woken up before me if you wanted to earn my respect. Before she had a chance to respond, the glass of the window shattered as several thugs came piling inside. You have no business here. The thugs didn't respond as they reached for their weapons and started to approach ominously. State your names. Despite her stentorian orders, they did not respond. Loren drew her swords without further hesitation and hurried toward the first of the thugs. Be careful, after this battle, your party won't have enough time to heal automatically, so you'll start the next one in the conditions you end this one. It is recommended that you save your game now. Okay. Save game. Preferences. I will say battle... Oh, no. Battle volume, like that, maybe. And music... I don't know. But anyways, I think this is a good place to break also because we're out of time, and we'll start with the battles in the next episode. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying Loren the Amazon Princess, and I will see y'all later.